They call me offensive, controversial. There's only two genders, boys and girls.
I've never heard anyone call Tom McDonald offensive other than Tom McDonald. Never heard anyone call him controversial other than Tom McDonald. His immediate evidence that he is controversial is he says there's only two genders, boys and girls. Majority, like 90% of Republicans say there's only two genders, 66% of independents, 44% of Democrats, and then by every generation, 57% of Gen Z, 60% millennials, 71% of Gen X, 68% of baby boomers, 69% of the silent generation. Majorities in almost every category of people, majorities of every generation, and I believe the overall numbers are overall 65% of Americans believe there are only two genders. So this is not a controversial or offensive opinion. This is quite literally the opinion of the majority. Now, by my reckoning, the majority is wrong. Because gender, in my view, is nothing more than a social construct. Like so many other things, we made it up, and the rules of it are also completely made up and arbitrary. So there's two answers to the question of how many genders there are. The truest answer is infinite. But the even truer answer somehow is zero. Because in the absence of human beings, the concept quite literally doesn't exist. We made it up. It's our fucking fairy tale. It's our fucking fantasy. Biological sex exists. For sure. For sure. Gender doesn't. Or it only does to the extent that we have been inculcated into it. That's my perspective. My point of view on this is far more controversial than Mr. Tom McElby or whatever the fuck his name is. Because I'm in the minority. Minority opinions are always more controversial than majority opinions. Not that it really matters, since when it comes to an opinion, we're really supposed to gauge it more on who's correct than who's controversial. Having a controversial opinion, okay, cool, that's interesting, but that doesn't make it correct. That doesn't make it make sense. So even if your opinion on this was controversial, which I've already demonstrated it's not, that wouldn't mean anything other than just it's controversial. So what? Are you actually saying anything important there? Does that actually matter? In my opinion, no. Hey, if you like this clip, you might like the full stream, which I do every Sunday, more or less, over on the Pessimist Productions Patreon, link down below. Thank you kindly. I love how, even in just the first 4 seconds of this thing, we're already like hip deep in the amount of persecution being slathered onto this fucking thing.
My message, because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world.
So I know I'm not supposed to like fact check the song necessarily, but that's kind of what I want to do. But as far as I can tell, he is not the biggest independent rapper in the world. Maybe he is with this song because this thing is a huge hit. It's got a lot of views and stuff, and it's making money, and it's #1 on iTunes and so on and so forth. So maybe he is now. But as of the recording of this, he was not, as far as I can tell. I mean, I looked. I looked at list after list after list after list of the most successful independent rappers. I did not find a single one that even listed this guy. Now, maybe that can be attributed to the industry ignoring him. because, I don't know, he's white or he's conservative or whatever. So maybe they just don't want to give him his due. Maybe that's what's going on, to be fair. But it seems to me that pretty much no one other than him considers himself the biggest rapper. No one really considers his ass controversial. No one really considers his ass offensive. No one really considers his ass the biggest independent rapper. So far, he just seems to be spouting a lot of stuff about himself that really doesn't actually seem to be true. But I guess we'll see.
If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right.
I feel like the idea that every Caucasian is racist is a pretty marginal idea. I don't think that there's too many people that actually believe that. I have encountered some, so I can't say that there's no one that believes that. But I don't think that there is widespread belief that every Caucasian is racist. I think that's kind of like one of these things that's said by some sort of obscure college professor somewhere, and then it's just blown right the fuck out of proportion by right-wing activists who want to look at the loony left, look what they're saying now, and then their evidence is one crazed professor said something. And that reeks to me of that sort of logic.
Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow.
So first of all, correct me if I'm wrong, but this dude I've heard is Canadian, right? So what does this Canadian give a shit about the American flag anyway? Shouldn't he care about the Canadian flag as a Canadian? But more importantly than that, the idea that you don't see American flags flying anymore and they've all been taken down, and I mean, like, how does a person listen to this song and just be like, yes, that is true? Because if you believe that's true, then you need your fucking eyes checked, because you can scarcely go on a drive in any town in this country without seeing several American fucking flags. Furthermore, it seems rather selective, this outrage over flying a flag other than the American flag. It seems like, oh, they want to fly BLM flags. They want to fly rainbow flags instead of the American flag. If they were good Americans, they would fly the American flag, not these rainbow flags, not these BLM flags. Which, first of all, in tons of towns across America, good luck finding a rainbow or BLM flag. Okay? They're not there. Because people, even if they do agree with those sentiments, will not put them in front of their house because they'd be terrified that their crazy redneck neighbors will do something to their house. The town where I'm from, the Louisiana town where I previously lived, someone put up a rainbow flag in their yard, and within a week or two, someone had come and set it on fire. And that's the sort of mentality you're dealing with when you try to fly a rainbow flag in some places. But no one seems to give a shit if you fly this flag, the Trump 2024 flag. I notice this person is not flying an American flag, by the way. They got a flag holder here, their one and only flag holder, and instead of an American flag, they have decided to fly a Trump 2024 flag. Where's the outrage from you on that? Why is that okay? Why is it okay to replace our vaunted and beloved American flag with a Trump 2024 flag? Shouldn't your highest loyalty be to America, not to Donald Trump? What about this flag? I'm sure we've all seen people flying this one, right? This is even worse because it's a bastardization of the American flag. It basically says, fuck the actual American flag. We're going to fly our new alternate version of the flag that's all about supporting the cops. Because that's everything America's about now. The rest of the flag, a blank, colorless, drab thing with only this one little strip of color that symbolizes the police. Why is that flag okay to fly instead of the American flag? What about this flag? A flag literally of secessionists who fought directly against the American flag. This is not even the real rebel flag, by the way. I don't know how it came to be known as it, but whatever. This is the rebel flag in most people's minds. And you'll see this flying. I mean, you don't really see it as much anymore. But when I was growing up, plenty of people flying the rebel flag in the town where I grew up because I was deep south. Don't hear you whining about that. That's okay, I guess. So, is your problem actually that the American flag is being replaced by these other flags? Or is your problem the political opinions of the people who fly those flags? And if that's your problem, say that. Don't be a fucking coward that lies about what your issue is and says, oh, well, for me, it's not about hatred of those people's flag. It's about my love for the American flag, and that should be our highest loyalty. Okay, well then hate the Trump flag. Hate the blue line flag. Hate the rebel flag. Hate all these other flags that people might fly in lieu of, or hate that stupid fucking don't tread on me flag. Hate all the alternative flags that someone might fly in their yard. By the way, I love when someone has a don't tread on me flag and a thin blue line flag. It's like cognitive dissonance much, motherfucker. By the way, if you want my personal opinion on this flag shit, fly whatever flag you fucking want to fly. Want to fly the American flag? Go right ahead. Want to fly the rebel flag? Go right ahead. Want to fly the gay flag? Go right ahead. Want to fly a flag with a big old fucking dildo on it? Go right ahead. It's your property. It's your opinion. It's your life. It's your freedom. Fly whatever flag catches your dumb fuck fancy, because I don't give a shit. But most of the time in this country, when I see a flag a-waving, it's none of those fucking flags. It's the American flag, because the American flag has not been replaced.
This ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs. We ain't gonna overdose.
Dude. Come on. You are a face tattooed rapper guy. Do you really fucking expect me to believe for a goddamn second that you're not doing drugs? Let's get one of those dread hairs tested, shall we? Let's submit that to a laboratory and see what the fucking truth is. Because I don't buy it.
We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles.
You ain't pushing guns? Excuse me. Hold on.
Choice pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive, but you ain't pro-gun, no wonder protected.
How does one man cram so much fucking bullshit into 37 seconds? It's kind of a fucking miracle. Isn't it? It's kind of miraculous to be able to fucking spew that amount of bullshit in a mere 37 seconds.
You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you.
Okay. All this shit about offending me and how he doesn't care that he offended me. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that. the dude wants to pretend he's some kind of fucking shocking, oh my God, he's so offensive. Oh, we better riot. No one in the history of the earth has ever rioted over this motherfucker, and no one ever will. There will never be someone who leaves their house like, I'm going to go riot against Tom McDonald. Never going to happen. No one gives a shit. But I do want to address a line he said there where he said, you defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. Who defunded the police? Because I went and looked. Democrat-run cities spend more money on policing than Republican-run cities, with the 25 largest Democrat-run cities spending 38% more on policing per capita than the 25 largest Republican-run cities. Of the 25 largest cities, 20 saw increases in their police budgets from 2019 to 2022. 21 of these cities are run by Democrats. The 25 largest cities saw their police budgets grow by a total of 5% from fiscal year 2019 to fiscal year 2022. Democrat-run cities have more police per capita than Republican-run cities. The 25 largest Democrat-run cities employ 75% more police officers per capita than the 25 largest Republican. The point is, there is not a fucking Democratic city on the face of the fucking earth that defunded the police. It was a little line that was bandied about, and no one actually did a fucking thing. So, once again, what the fuck are you talking about? Is it really that hard to create a rap song expressing your point of view without riddling the fucking thing with just lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie? Is it really so hard to just convey your message honestly? Is it really so hard to just tell the fucking truth? Because how many fucking lies have we caught you in, bro? What would Ben do? As if Ben Shapiro is now Jesus Christ. Because that's the original what would X do is what would Jesus do? That was the little bracelets, you know, WWJD, what would Jesus do? But now I asked myself, what would Ben do? Like Ben Shapiro is some sort of moral exemplar now. He's not just a talking head yammering shit on the internet. Now he is like a guide to follow. Okay. Here's the part where Ben Shapiro is gonna rap. Now, Ben Shapiro in the past has said that rap is bullshit, requires no talent, it's not real music, blah, 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 blah. And now he's in the biggest rap song out right now, somehow. So let's take a look.
On me on the internet, my comment section all woke Karens, and I make rap.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys caught that line there, but he's talking, this is yet more persecution complex. He's talking about how, you know, he's just out there spitting the truth, and his comment section is, oh, it's full of woke Karens, man. All these woke Karens in the comment section. Well, I went and found a popular anti-trans video. This is the big cultural issue of the day. So if any video of his was going to be full of woke Karen, oh, Ben, you mean, it'd be this one. The fact that a video like this has to exist really says a lot. Thank you for being a voice for people like me who think this is insanity. Ben, today on Debunk, we're going to discuss a very common question. Can a man become a woman? Me, nope. I feel so bad for the twin boys, blah, blah, blah. I was always a tomboy growing up, liked playing with cars and action figures more than Barbie dolls, loved playing video games, playing in the dirt mud, never liked wearing dresses, etc. It's scary to know that had I grown up today instead of in the 90s, I would have had the idea pushed on me that I was really a boy, and I could have been brainwashed taking hormone blockers and other radical steps. Ben, my wife is a therapist. She also brought the DSM-5 gender dysphoria to my attention. Just like bipolar, schizophrenia, and depression, this must be treated and taken seriously as a mental illness. No shame, just help, care, and scientific awareness. So this is a little bit of pushback. How he goes straight to the point and perfectly dissects the issue cleanly in half without stumbling over his words or pausing. Respect. Someone that knows what he's saying, factually based, objective, true. I, too, was once a male trapped inside a woman's body, and then I was born. I mean, the comments on every Ben Shapiro video that I've ever seen, with one exception, the comments on every Ben Shapiro video I've ever seen have been absolutely fawning with fucking praise. There are no woke Karens in his comment section. It's 100% or like 99.9%. Adoring, just, we love you, Ben, you're so right. You say what's true, and what you say is true, and you right, Ben, and you told the truth, and it's true. The only time that I have ever seen Ben Shapiro have a comment section that was not on the same page as him, and I'm sure it's happened more than once, because, you know, you do this long enough, you're going to have some fucking contentious shit. But the only time I ever remember seeing a video comment section of Ben Shapiro's that was not broadly in favor of what he was saying was when he critiqued the Batman. He said the Batman was woke and it was, it sucked because it's woke. And a bunch of his own audience apparently liked the Batman. Was like, you know, I mean, maybe it was a little woke, but it was pretty good. So that was the only time I ever remember getting pushback, and it was not from woke Karens. It was from his own audience. His normal audience was just like, not so much on this one, Benny boy. I think that movie was actually pretty all right. That's it. That's the big contentious thing he's done. But now he's on this rap song trying to put it off like, oh man, I'm this very controversial figure, and there's all these woke Karens trying to get me all the time.
You mad. I guess it's cool to be the victim, well, I'ma be the man. You sad. You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have.
Dude, you can't make fun of other people for wanting attention when your face is covered in fucking tattoos. You can't complain about other people being triggered and that's all they have when your song is literally a giant ode to your massive fucking persecution complex. Talking about how everyone hates you and you're so controversial and everyone's offended. No one's fucking offended, dude. You're just dumb. Like, there's two groups of people when it comes to you. Well, there's three. The first group of people are the people who like your shit. Okay. You know, no accounting for taste. Have fun. You like this shit? Be my guest. Then there's a group of people who are aware of you and think you're a fucking dumbass. Are they offended by how much of a dumbass you are? Not really. Because you know what? You're just a drop in the dumbass ocean. And then there's the vast majority of people who don't know who the fuck you are and don't give a shit. And that's 95% of the population. Anyway.
You blame everybody else for every problem that you can.
Dude. Look in a fucking mirror. Okay? That's you. You're describing you.
I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back.
Does this chin say hog? It does. Why? What does that mean? Anyway, here's some opinions you guys might not like. While every lyric of that song is insipid drivel, and it's full of lies. And the dude has a massive persecution complex and is constantly projecting. At the end of the day, song's kind of a banger. And Ben Shapiro is not that bad of a rapper. Sorry. I know I'm supposed to just pretend he was like the worst thing I've ever seen, but he wasn't. It was all right. I mean, you never mistake him for a professional rapper, but for a guy that doesn't do it for a living, he wasn't too bad. And the beat was pretty sick, and I don't know, the chorus was pretty catchy. I've kind of found myself humming it a few times since I listened to it. I can see why it's a popular song. But yeah, it's totally insipid in terms of its lyrical content, and I obviously hate its guts because of that. But if I set that aside, I can kind of get with it musically. Anyway, that's my take you're not going to like, but you know what? I don't care if I offend you. You know, I did write a little response rap, though. I was going to just do it and pretend I was freestyling it, but I thought I'd get caught doing it. People would see me looking, and then they'd be like, oh, you're not really freestyling. I'd be like, you caught me. But I did write it pretty fast, so I'll give myself that. But I'll do it for you if you guys want. I'm not going to do it to a beat. I'll just do it a cappella. Won't read it like a rap. I'll read it like a poem. You aren't controversial. You're just retarded. Ben Shapiro in video, opinion discarded. You think there's two genders? Well, here's the hitch. You try to talk tough, but you sound like a bitch. Gender is a construct, so go away and get fucked. With a Strap-On by Marjorie Taylor Greene in the back of your dad's pink limousine. Oh shit, oops, my fetishes are showing. But you got to admit, MTG is more manly. Look at this dork. His name should be Stanley. He looks like a kid that got shoved into lockers. So he invented a persona to eat some bologna. Shit, I can't rhyme it. I'm just saying this motherfucker's changed it up like the climate. But unlike the earth, he's not heating up. Right-wing victim rap motherfucking sucks. I'm tired of this fake-ass persecution complex. This bitch needs a fact check. His song is a train wreck. Except it's not interesting. It's just depressing. Does this man have balls? No, he don't, I'm guessing. And as for you, Benny, I've heard livelier verses coming out of hearses. You're just the worstest. This shit is cursed, bitch. You think you guys are hard? You're a couple of kittens in cute pink mittens, looking at each other smitten. Just fuck already. You're bigger fucking bitches than Wilma and Betty. You shouldn't be lying about stats on crime. You should be in bedrock having a gay old time. I'm running out of steam, so here's one last diss. These two should kiss, and Ben should spray Tom with a hose till he's soaked in his clothes. And why do I say that? Because how much you want to bet that's the first time Benny's ever got a pussy wet.